Ooh. All right. Okay. It is I. It is him. The Warrior Junior, the one that still fights for you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. Like, well, I'll tell you what happened. Like, I'm just, yeah, let me collect my thoughts for a second. Fuck. Just got back from Anaheim. I mean, see, it came in. That's what happens. You know, your brain. Fullerton. Fullerton. I went to the Sadie Hawkins dance thing, the Lemon Drop event, and I got cut off from doing my episode last night. My computer, for whatever reason, it wouldn't work with me. So I do apologize. I just tried to finish up telling on Friday night. I thought I was going to a disco thing at the Bordner's, but it was no good. Um, like a goth kind of place. I don't have a problem with that, but it's like they got that smoke thing going, and it's not really ideal for dancing, and the DJ changed up the music to like more gothic 80s stuff, or it was supposed to be 70s, supposed to be disco. I mean, I'm very open-minded with 70s disco, like funk. You could put whatever, but keep it from the time, I don't care even if you put an ABBA or whatever, but it's still, mix that shit up, to where, it's got like, whatever stomp, like there's so many great songs, Bee Gees and stuff, and lots of stuff. But they just didn't. And that was Friday. See, I don't even. I don't I live in the present, concentrate on the future. Even though I talked about the past was 3 hours ago, but I'll talk about my experience at that Fullerton thing uh, last night. See, sounds like if you say last night, sounds like it was technically it was, but just a couple hours ago. And then on Friday I went back to the piggy. They had a big free Britney, because I guess the conservatorship thing was exonerated. So there were a lot of women in there dressed up like Britney. And there was one chick that was wearing like the toxic, I think, outfit, the red. Pretty hot, she's not bad, but you're talking. You gotta understand something. These women, they got all the money in the world. They could hire the best trainers, the best nutrition consultants, and they work out a little. They got time. I mean, to make time because their body is their mo. Is their calling card. Can you imagine? I mean, it's like on camera, everything fucking shows. Like now, I turned 48 yesterday, and you know, I can like your body will change on a daily basis. You know, and it can change. Believe me. Well, it's like how do I say this? If you have if you're a guy and let's say you're holding a decent amount of muscle, like if you really know how to pump up, you can create an illusion of you looking like 10% larger, maybe more than you are. Um, and just the shape, especially the more advanced you are. Like right now, I don't look like you know, but it's amazing. When I start pumping up, some muscles like things can fill up. Um, you can look a lot bigger. And it's not just like big is a very vague term. If you hear the crickets in the background, don't worry about it. You know the deal with this. Um, if you have good separation, in your muscles, especially the separation between your traps and your shoulders and your delts, um, you know, there's a big difference. when you pump up, and the clothes that you're wearing too. So for tonight, like I said, I'm gonna wear. I've got like I told you I have nicer versions of these kind of shirts, really form fitting. I have this one that's like a maroon red one. That's pretty good. Fits me really well. So I said, fuck it. Let me wear that and a sport coat. That's with the jeans and the tennis shoes. I'll go down to the Fullerton event, and I kind of like that idea. Sadie Hawkins was whoever she was, said like she was like believed that women could ask men to dance. I love that. That's cool. So I got no problem with that. And I took the Metrolink down there, and I kind of when I got off at the Fullerton stop, I was like, oh God, there's like nothing around here. But I did look at the map, and it showed me how to get to the hotel. It said it was only 2 miles away, so I knew I was in good shape. So my route, I took the route that Google gave me, and I got there pretty damn fast. I even brought some meal prep with me, like this tuna salad, and literally, like it was funny. Well, I might have been around halfway there, and I saw this Nutra Shop place. So I picked up like an RTD, like meal replacement drink, whatever, just to have. But I had the food with me anyway, so I'm walking down Orange Store, eating fucking tuna salad as I'm walking with my plastic fork. Um, and it worked, because I got there perfectly. It was around like 6 o'clock. I got there really early while they were just setting up for it. Um, and I said, I'm going to stay here as long as this thing goes. I literally stayed from beginning to end, but I wasn't the first. The people that are setting up, they dance too. So this one guy, he was there. He was the king of the hill because he was there before I got there, and actually when I left, I was waiting for my driver to pick me up. So I actually outlasted the people promoting the event. I was the one that was left behind, but it's okay. My driver did show up. But let's talk a little bit about the event. So you know, I'm not a one-dimensional thinker. I mean, I used to be. What do I mean by that? Going there hopefully to meet a woman so I can get laid. My mind. No. What I am there is to better, my communication skills, hone, like stay sharp with your dancing, and work around, yeah, your communication skills with women, and even those older women. It should be easy to talk to them. You can. I'm not. It's nothing's easy. It's easier because the young hot women. I'm like looking at if I see something that's I'm thinking I get kind of nervous because I'm thinking like my God like I want to have this incredible sexual experience with them. That's what's on my mind, and those women can sense that. These older women, they just don't turn me on as much, so I don't get as nervous, and I'm kind of like just treat them like regular people. Um, so it's kind of good in a way. Now I'm 48, and again, like a lot of these women are a lot older, a lot older. Um, and I mean, I hate to say it, but there's no juice there. The tomato is beyond ripe. And I know it sounds mean and disrespectful, but it's like there ain't nothing there, to. So I went in there with optimism, and I saw a couple of the same thing there, and then, and it was ironic because in this hotel, on the far side of Indus, our far side, not really that far side, but on the other side there was sorry, that was my Palpatine. Return of the Jedi. He tells Vader, he goes, send the fleet to the far side of Endor. There it will stay until called for. Very good. What of the reports of the rebel fleet massing their stolists? It is of no concern to us. Soon the rebellion will be crushed and young Skywalker will be one of us. Your work is finished, my friend. Go on to the command ship and await my signal. As you wish. Not bad, huh? You've seen the movie 10,000 times and you know the dialogue, you know the thing, the communication. And then those Imperial emissary come in. Okay, I'm getting off track. So, what look like pirates, those, you know. Sorry, if you know Return of the Jedi, you know, you're OG like me. So, I hear music playing on the other side, and there's like an 18th-year-old birthday for some Mexican chick. Some of these guys, wow, they're really tough looking, my God. But when I heard what they were playing, it was like, you know, exactly what I like. Exactly what I like. It was like old school funk for poppers. Really good. Every song, every song. And I'm just like, you know, and you can't just go in there, you know, they would have killed me. They would, you know, but it was like right next to the men's room. I'm listening, I'm walking by there, and I'm like, every fucking song was like super tight. And then later they put on some side again, but the majority was really old. It was tight ass shit. I was like, it was way better than what they were playing where I was at. Um, and you know, so I try to remain the optimism, keep the optimism going. Sorry. Um, anyway, chai spice tea with a special ingredient. Uh, and then these two, I think they were Latino women, showed up. And I was at the bar. They looked me up and down. I kind of had a feeling. I said, "There's possibly something here." And the friend had a better body, definitely, but the other one was not bad. She was not bad. Don't. But her friend was like the looker, a little more looker, kind of like a little heavier Britney Spears kind of looking. I don't know if she was Persian or whatever, but she had decent rack on her. Um, anyway, decent, not like, but it's okay, you know. So her friend, like, yeah, I could tell her friend was starting to get liquored up, and so I kind of stayed on her. Now this Indian guy, I don't know what he, but I could tell by his accent he was he was working on the one that I liked, but the other one that was not bad. She was not bad. That I stayed on that one because you know I'm like I'd like to get something tonight. You know I was trying to, and this one was even though she was dancing with me a little bit and getting kind of liquored up. She gave me some kind of note, you know, some kind of vibe that no, dude, you know, it ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna dance with you, and I didn't mind. I didn't mind, you know, like I was like, because I'm there. You know, it's like once I'm there, I'm having a good time. I don't care like if it's not a good event. I'm still here. I slept all the way to get there. Like I left my apartment at you know at 3 in the afternoon. You know, to get to fucking Union Station, to get a fucking train, and to get on it and then to walk to this thing. You know, how do I say that? Like I'm not leaving. When you say you're not leaving empty-handed, like it means that I'm going to have a good time. You might leave by yourself. Um, I'm like not one of these guys that slept for hours and hours, get to a place, and then just oh no, it's no good to leave right now. It took me fucking hours to you know like I'm staying because you never know what shows up. You don't know if the music gets better. You know it's I just have a different like a optimistic demeanor attitude about you know. Plus, I never been there. I've been to Fullerton before, but I never been to like that hotel, that venue, so I didn't know what to expect. Dance floor was I didn't like whatever they it was like a carpetish type dance floor. It did, it was really is not good for sneakers or anything. It was very bad, and the carpet surrounding the carpet, the dance floor was very thick, very heavy. So it makes it really hard to dance around. Now, I danced in like where the carpet's a little thinner, and I can glide more, but this was like really thick, so it's a very bad um, venue for dancing, very bad at all. But again, I stayed, and so those two women, I stayed on there, and there's a Latina chick that's like I would consider pretty much a regular, and she's like my go-to kind of like just dance, with chick. Um, we kind of have our little dance thing, her and me. We don't, she's not going to give it up. She's not going to take me home with her because I tried and she already told me no. So that's okay. I'm just a dance kind of thing with her. Um, but you know what? I conserved my energy intentionally. And it was a combination of just the venue sucking and me not wanting to like burn myself out to where it's like, look, let's just weather the storm here and hang in there. And so I noticed the Indian guy was working on communication. He was working on that other one that I liked, but he wasn't overbearing, like, because he knew I was trying on her too, and he didn't care. Like he was open to, and I like that because some guys can get real defensive. I'm working on this dude. Get out of here. No, 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 no. He knew like there's two of them, and I mean this guy was no master pickup artist by any means, but he was trying, and he wanted me in there to like to build that kind of comfort zone with them. And I'm not making this up because what happened was at the end of the night, um, they wanted to go to Denny's, and they actually told me, and I said, "Yeah, I'll go with you." Um, I was really hungry, so what happened was I needed to go to the concierge to pick up my bag. I had like my water in there, just and by the time I went, I said, "Can you wait? I'm going to get my water." By the time I get there, we're gone. Now the guy was there. The girls were gone. So the guy's like telling me, well, okay, you just go with me in the car. We're gonna go, and I felt like kind of I live in West Hollywood, and I don't get into cars with dudes. Now I know there's like a 99.9% chance the guy wasn't gonna try to do anything because Denny's he claimed was like a mile away. I just felt like I don't know you. Like the girls didn't wait. Like they did drive by me. And they go, oh, meet us there, kind of thing. But they did. What I didn't like is they didn't care enough to either have me go in their car. Like she didn't invite me in her car. Like she had a very expensive car. The guy pointed it out. I couldn't see it because it was dark, but some kind of very expensive BMW, very expensive one. He mentioned the series number. He goes, "That's a fucking expensive car." They work in real estate or something, so good for them, Like, but I felt like I was being flirted with briefly, kind of. They weren't going to give it up, kind of thing, and so it was more important because if I would have ate there, you know, I called my driver to pick me up, and I said, and he was like, if you would have called me 10 minutes later, I probably just would have went home. So I was smart enough to, because I would have been stuck there. I would have been stuck. These Orange County, these faraway places. I'll be stuck temporarily. Like I got money, I can get a hotel room. That's great, but what's gonna happen is day's gonna come. You're gonna get schlepped all the way home. I don't like to do that unless I'm getting late. If I'm getting late or something, guaranteed, I will spend for the room. Um, but I don't like to because I've been stuck before. Not there, but I've been stuck in my life. Going to places and they close and there's no way out. You're fucked. I didn't care because I was a lot younger. It's. I mean, and I know the Metrolink runs even on Sunday at like 8 in the morning. But you really want to do that. You want to dance your ass off, in your night clothes or whatever, and then you wait till 8 in the morning to get home, and then by the time you get home, like what the fuck, It's extra draining. So the deal is my driver comes and picks me up. If it's Anaheim or fucking, you know, I, I, I wonder if he'd take me. I wonder if he'd take me for 100, from Irvine, probably a little more, but I know it's a Fullerton, whatever, like OC, like, oh, I give him $100, and it's like, I know it's a decent, $100 money to me, but I look at it like this, I go down there for free, literally. It's to take a Metro Link for me is like nothing, it's a couple bucks, and the water or whatever is like $2, there are bottles of water, so I don't give a fuck. If to get into the venue is $15, whatever. So it's like, $100, right? But the dude schleps and he's fast. I mean, you're talking gets me from fucking Anaheim or Fullerton back to Hollywood for, $100, whatever. But it's like guy hops on the freeway, boom, like we're gone. And it's like, dude, you have to understand, I'm used to blowing $100 at the commerce, and playing cards, throwing in a chip. One chip, nothing, or stacks, hundreds, like, so I to me, in my mind, like, I get something for it. I know it sounds like, well, it's a lot for a rock, but you know what? It's a whole night of fucking dancing, man. And maybe meeting somebody. Now the hotel is $200. They wanted, and I know there's cheaper hotels around and stuff like that. But again, I don't like staying in the hotel. There's no food place open. Like it's. Especially now with COVID, it's hard to, find a lot of things. I can't believe how many places are not even open anymore. So, you know, I know, like, people think that, wow, it's a lot of money. Hey, you know what? He was a taxi driver, something about his son, like in Vegas, like 250. He went to some club. It was $250 a person. You get this vodka or whatever. They give you a private table. Spend like $4,000 for like 8 people. And I go, what do you get? What do you fucking get out of it? Like nothing. So, I look at it like that. Like, I'll gladly spend. Now, New Year's Eve, they want 125, to get into the venue, the Irvine Hilton. But I don't care. Like that's the big. That ballroom is really good size, and it's really good for dancing. New Year's Eve's a little tough. Gets really, really crowded. But you know what? Like, that's where your odds are. The older people, like, you got to put the odds in your favor. Now, I'm not one dimensional. I think a lot of these guys are going there just to try to get laid. I could tell, um, and they're leaving empty-handed. So, they're not dancers like me. They're not kind of like, at least in getting a little practice and staying sharp. And you don't get people fucking with you like some of the young punks, like, when I would go out dancing, young crowd. I'll buy it, whatever they say. Like, uh, the women are really aged, like they're really old. They're not young and fresh. Like I saw, like even at one of these garbage venues, the women, some of them are really hot. They're young. Um, but a lot of them, they're not. They don't fit my fancy anyway either. So just because somebody's young doesn't necessarily mean like, wow, like my dick would get hard. Like I'm very picky. Now I've seen both. I've seen young, women, 20s, whatever, that are wow, fuck, and then I've seen women in their 50s that fucking got it. Okay, they fucking rock. There was not one tonight. Not one tonight that really blew my mind. Like, I usually see one every time I go, something or there that really was like, and if there, I'm saying even if there was somebody or something, I mean, really got it, No, there was not one tonight. So it was very, it was disappointing in that aspect. It's funny because this dude showed up. I talk about, I was wearing, like, I was, pretty, pretty, like, good shape, even when I don't eat, whatever, like, still I got good shape in my muscles, like 12 weeks back of working out. This one guy, like, this guy was fairly jacked. He was not bad. I took a good look at it. I was like, fuck, he's not bad. He's on TRT, he's on some. He might have been in his 50s. Wearing like a dress shirt, looking, well, short sleeve. And he said, this guy's not bad. Like, as far as like built, this guy's no fucking joke. I was kind of intimidated even. When I go up and ask him, I said, dude, fuck. I didn't, I get like intimidated by, these dudes when you see they're really well built. Sometimes you're like, fuck, I don't want to get this guy mad or get into it. I mean, that guy was fucking. I mean, I pretty much. I don't know. I wouldn't say he had me beat. I don't know. I could say, um, he was not bad. It was just a fuck. But I'm not there to talk shop with guys. I will talk to just about anybody fairly briefly about their success of trying to meet women at these things, because that information helps me, um, and anything that I can help people with too. But it was. I'm glad this is not pausing. I'm glad that I'm able to get out some honesty with this one. Um, yeah. Then DJ Sherry was there. That was nice. I even got to talk to her a little bit because I wanted her to know. I mean, I remember seeing her on Soul Train. I remember her walking by, and she never recognized me. I could have swore she said she taught hip hop. She's gotta be younger than me. But she told me she's a grandmother. I was like, wow, Jesus. So, but it was kind of cool. Like, she did dance me a little bit. Not in a sexual kind of way, but it was funny. She was doing like playing that song. I think it was Prince bird thing. Ooh, I think it was funny. She was doing like some pretty good. You could tell, like, and she told me she would teach hip hop, back then 20 years ago. So you could tell, like, she was very fluid, in her moves and stuff like that. And it just goes to show you, like, dancing like professionally and stuff like that. It's a really lived, hard road. You're putting your body through a lot. I mean, I could tell you things that are 100 times harder, like being a real fighter, a boxer, ultimate fighter. You put your body through, you get killed. There's things you can't control. If somebody choking you out or punching you in the face, I mean, you're talking like ridiculous stuff. But like, dancing still is comparable to like running, the wear and tear, but harder because running is linear. You're just going in one direction. You're just putting a lot of pressure on your feet and your knees. Dancing, like the knees, the joints, ligaments, depending on how much compression and stuff. And I can do that shit. Not like b-boy stuff, like acrobatic, gymnastic stuff, but still, you're it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like I told you, that dance floor was really heavy. Like, that it was like a cart. It felt like a live thing where he kicks his feet out, kicks out like the not the balls of his feet, not from the heel, the no, from the balls of the feet. Yeah, not from the heel. And so, I'm trying to do that, but it's so goddamn hard because of the flooring. I can't. And even this one guy I talked with earlier, he completely agreed because you can't, the wooden floor that they have at the 4 Point Sheraton, for the lemon drop thing. That's different. That's a good dance floor. It's a quality dance floor. the crew. Really cool, real friendly dude. Um, and man, yeah. So like he did, yeah, he was there. This chick that co-runs it. She goes, yeah, he's got like 20 shirts in his car. I go, why? Dances, he sweats, and he goes and puts on a new shirt right away. It's okay, like you don't really. I mean, I don't care, like I guess if you wear darker clothes, not so bad, but I guess some people, they have their own way about going about things. I don't have a problem with it. I told you about me a couple of weeks ago on Friday night. I have a tan, it's a thinner jacket, and I was so dancing and I was sweating through my shirt into the fucking jacket. It's a little ridiculous, but you know what? It's nothing to be embarrassed about if you're dancing your ass off. A lot of them get it. They look for something to make fun of you. Go ahead. When my hair is not short and I start dancing, I start sweating. It's like makes me look even more. You're wrong. It's more about what's in here. I've seen really heavy people get women. Believe me, it's who you are as a person, and who you are is a reflection of how you take care of yourself. Like, and again, I ain't no fucking perfect nothing. I'm perfect, but it kind of shows intelligence if you know how to groom yourself properly and wear proper fitting clothes for your body type. That's as superficial as you should be. It's funny because those women, those older, who you are as a person. It's dark or whatever like that, and at the end of the night, they turn the lights on, and you think like you're gonna be like shocked. Oh my god, they look older. I can see imperfections in their face or their wrinkles or whatever. Listen, that because they watch all television, they see all television, they see these women like that, and they're like, oh my god, if something's old, they're not gonna want me, kind of thing. It's all worked thinking, backwards thinking is what it is. Too old for me. She's just not my type. Then it's not a difference of them turning on the lights or not. It doesn't matter. It's just I like what I like. Okay, and it doesn't matter. Like a little bit of come on. Every woman as they get older, they're gonna age. That's the way it works. But it's just for me. I've got my type. And it's kind of like what happens is when I first meet them, or visually when I first see them, it's like I'm like visually, all right, that's what I like. Now if they get to know me, and or I get to hear from them, and most of those women that show up, they're in good attitudes. They're not like cunts, they're older. So it's like I don't have to really, it just doesn't matter, like they're visually, they're what I like. They fit, they qualify, they qualify. It's not a casting call in a way, but it's not how well they act, like it's not. So it's not a casting. It's like I just like what I like. Now there are ways to have kind of maneuvered around some of that. That one Latina chick that I wanted most of the night, her attitude was good. She wasn't exactly really what I was. So usually I go like this. Came up to me and acted, yeah. So instead of like the her out, I kind of like became more receptive. Like, all right, hey, if this woman's gonna give me some stuff, she's not. My mind's open. My mind's open. Liquored up. She was driving to get. I think that it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day, won't you be? Won't you be my neighbor? That was my. I remember I had a neighbor. His name was Edward. This older guy, and he passed away got arrested. But I remember first moved in here. Like I met him in the mail room. Like yeah, two males in the mail room, and he goes, "Hello, hello." So that I would like, "Hello," and he it was kind of funny for a second. It was playing like this kind of weird voice. What the fuck is this guy wrong with this guy? But every guy was a fucking warrior. I'm talking to this guy like he's an idiot. But you just man. It's like old people, man. Let me tell you something. And you're old. They kind of the young people kind of like because they got no respect. You're like feeble. You can't do nothing anymore. So you're not sorry. Yeah, another one. There was just nothing. But I told her that, well, this other one, I told her that, my attitude used to be complete, not like this. You could see, like, I'm kind of happy. Yeah, like, changed. What changed? How did it change? And I said, well, it happened over about 5 years. Little by little, things changed. Number one, I stopped drinking. It was kind of hard tonight, yours, because I watched the guys that were drinking Corona. And I know, not be able to stop. It's like that woman, she was drinking the way her sweating. That alcohol is absorbed. It drains you. Longer I've been gets dehydrated. I can expect a lot of energy. I can really, yeah, it's a tough one because I'll go to bars, I'll go wherever. It's why, I just, it's not like I can go gambling every once in a while. I get sucked in, I get wiped out. I got like $10,000 worth of collectibles or what you call alcoholic or whatever, you gambleaholic. But it's like, do I miss it? It's like because you start thinking of the good times, you don't remember the bad. And that's what drinking did to me. After drinking almost a 12 pack of Modelo, Modelo Negra, I remember. I'm never. God, if you get me through this one, I'll never drink again. So far, it's been almost 3 years. I haven't touched any good beer. Corona Extra, good. You know what? It's like it's not saying, well, once I start drinking, I can't like, stop. Not it's like it doesn't matter. Like every day, I have to have one or more. I go over to my friend Ruben's. He drinks constantly. So I'd be like, boy, that shit does not help you. Um, doesn't you know? Mentality, drinking, smoking, especially. God, that's but two because you're sitting there, you're not moving around, body's not working officially. I was being older, like so I gave it all up. I look at myself in the mirror And I was like, when after I shaved and stuff, and I go, not, not bad for 48, you know? I go, not fucking, not just face, but body, and everything. I go, not bad for 48. Believe me, um, your body can regenerate, and to give up all this toxic shit after like 6, 8 months. Good food, good training, good sleep, not doing things that are, over stressing you out over money or anything like that. Looking at myself, I was like, it's not so bad. And, I don't worry about whatever bald or whatever. Hey, to women, their hair is everything. But to me, it's like, you know what? As long as it's short and neat, I got a little bit here, I'm good. And that what women that like character, quality of character, like who you are. I know as women they're looking for, trying to size you up financially or something like that. Put this to dance, and I would like to do would be good nights. That was it. They played that Tina Chicken. She won't get none. Like that was the tip. I said one night stand, and she won't do it. I said, okay, it's a waste of time here. You know, damn. It's like you think, you got like best body in the house. That's kind of arrogant to say best body in the house, but you would think like, I'm holding confidence, like, but she just wasn't, she had a good attitude. And bodies, they're talking about how old they are, so because I talked about my age, so they kept saying, oh, I was in this, I was in high school when you were in elementary school in '84. So that is a big difference. 84 elementary school in '84. So that is a big difference. 84. If somebody's in high school, you're in. That is a big age difference. Manageable. But again, these women, if they're 55, I mean, that's still like, I think like Paula Abdul is 50. You're talking about a woman, if they take care of themselves. Size, best food, that's what it gets, waste of time or just one with the first too much Irvine. Could have been circus like in Irvine. We see how many women we can bang. It's but it's like a lot of these women, or maybe the ones that want to do that want me. Just there's nothing there. There's no. Sorry, it's so mean to say, but that's Latino guy.